Hey guys, this is Zoe, and I'm reaching you live from my balcony. Thank you for joining me today on In Conversation with Zoe. And today's conversation, straight to the point, is still continuing the faith series, but today I am going to be conversing with you on thankfulness. Now, thankfulness is being grateful, being appreciative, but in context of the faith series that I have been on for the past 2 weeks, I'm going to be sharing thankfulness in a different light. Now, thankfulness is about perspective, just as almost everything else is in life, really. The pandemic is still raging, but the question is, do you still have a reason to be thankful for anything? Some people might say, has God given me a reason to be thankful? Why should I be thankful, Zoe? Shut up, Well, you have a right to say that. That's all right, that's fine. But can I tell you that there is a new level of thankfulness when you can see good through the rubbish, when you can, it's all about maturity. If you can thank God for nothing, if you can thank God for the little, if you can thank God for disappointments, if you can thank God for mistakes, mess ups, that's a new level, honey. I'm saying that's another level of faith, and that's why I've decided to share with you. It's just great for the times, because the devil's agenda is to not just promote and propagate fear, but it's to also give us no reason to want to look up to God or to want to see any good in what he's doing still. Now remember, this song is amazing. Thank you, Sinach, for singing this song and writing it, the inspiration, and now everyone is singing it and twisting and changing it to their own taste, which is perfect. I was listening to the one by Leland, and they added this part. Even when I can see that he's moving, even when I don't feel that he's moving, you never stop working. That thing just wrapped my soul. I was like, oh my God, that is so beautiful and so deep. So what is thankfulness? I've said it's being grateful, being appreciative, and still seeing the light in darkness. Let me give you my case study, since I'm the case study person. So today's case study is about David. Let me tell you why I'm using David. King David from the Bible, who had, committed one of the greatest sins. Like, he was an adulterer and a murderer at the same time. God has an amazing sense of humor, though. I don't know. But so he slept with he slept with someone's wife, right? And then he did not just take the woman, he killed the husband in battlefront, sent him to the front. You know the story. You can go to the Bible, you find it there. The part I'm going to be extrapolating my thoughts from is this. It talks about how the child that they conceived, in sin, this unborn child, this son, was born and was ill. And David, when the child was ill, he prayed to God. God did not answer him, or I don't know, God was just mute. It was more like karma catching up with him, because that was a child out of sin, and 2 sins in one. That's just like, wow, I can't even just start to imagine it. And then he did not only starve himself, he was going crazy, because his servants, as recorded in the Bible, his servants were not, they were scared that, oh my God, the master hasn't eating, this hasn't happened. He was more affected than the wife who, than not the wife, than the woman who gave birth to the child, you know. And then the child died. Cut the long story short, the child died. And what happened? He overheard his servants, subordinates, whispering and saying, oh my God, you go tell him. I'm not going to tell him. Oh my God, he's not going to take it well. He might just kill himself. He might just die. He might just do this. He might just do that. And no one was willing to man up or woman up to tell him, because they were scared of what might become of him. And David, being David, overheard his servants and workers whispering and murmuring about the child, and he perceived, that's how the Bible puts it, he perceived that the child was dead. And do you know what he did? Crazy guy, like literally crazy guy. He went, washed himself, put on lotion, had his favorite meal. I don't know what his favorite meal is, if it's jollof rice or afang soup or fries or kebabs, whatever it was, or I don't know, tacos. He had his favorite meal, and he danced. He rejoiced. It was as if a heavy load had been lifted off of him. Let me come back to that heavy load had been lifted off of him in a minute. This is why I picked that story. It looked like God was deaf to David, or maybe was punishing him for his sins, because there was a lot of sin. But do you know what he did? After all he could do did not work, he released, and God, whatever happened. He still released his worries back to God and say, you know what? Whether you kept the baby alive or not, I will still praise you. I will still thank you, because you know better. I'm, putting my Zoe terms to it, but that's what his actions tells me. So many times, let me just take from my scribbles. The title of this conversation is Be Thankful for the Good, the Bad, and the Nothing. Because sometimes the good will not happen, just as it is in the world right now. We don't feel that good is happening, because people are just dropping dead. Literally dropping dead. Because they perceive something, because they taught something, and so on and so. Where's the good in that, right? And then people are asking, where is God? Well, God is here. God is still present in everything that's going wrong. If you can be thankful for not just the good, but for the bad, oh my God. Like, how can I be thankful when I just lost someone? How can I be thankful when I didn't get that job? How can I be thankful when I'm in hospital? How can I be thankful when things are not going as it should, because I deserve better? How can I be thankful? Like, duh, Zoe, are you okay? How can I be thankful when my heart is broken? How can I be thankful when a man that I gave the best part of my life walked out of me? How can I be thankful when the woman I thought I would end up with used me, went to school with my money, and still got with my friend? How can I be thankful in these circumstances, Zoe? Well, you still can. It's all about perspective. Let me tell you 3 things why you should be thankful. Number 1, you have life. Flat out, that means that's a lifeline for hope. Number 2, think about this. Just consider this for 1 minute. It could be worse. Yeah. It didn't just have to be your friend to pass on, or your mom or your dad or your sibling. It could have been you. Oh, I know that sounds selfish. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. That's reality, right? It could have been worse. It could have just not been that you having an accident. It could have been you losing your legs, or could I mean, I know people have lost legs, and I'm still telling, whatever situation you're in, it could have been worse, because there is still life, because there is still oxygen. You're still taking in oxygen, because you're still, even if you have things plugged to your veins, you're in hospital. I'm asking you to still be thankful that you have that. Some people cannot even go to hospital because they don't have money. Some people cannot buy drugs, cannot do things right now because they don't have the means to. Be thankful for wherever you find yourself in, whatever is going on in your life right now, be it personal, be it the general, the pandemic. Be thankful. Still look for something to be thankful for. And David encouraged himself in the Lord. David is such an amazing character. He was a weirdo, but still he gave us the best poems ever. He was one of the kindest people ever. Still a murderer and an adult. He was just crazy. But that's why we are all crazy. I'm crazy. And I'm sure that's why God uses him to teach me so many lessons from his life. Not the bad part, but to see that God can take you from zero, you being messed up, you being greedy, stupid, foolish, an adulterer, murdering, turning you into something of a humble, kind, confident, loving God person. That's what faith is about. Faith is you humbling yourself under the power of God and also trusting in his love confidently. And that confidence shows when it feels like there isn't much to be thankful for. It shows when you're thankful for hardships. It shows when you thank God for misses, disappointments, have full cups, heartbreaks, embarrassments, unpleasant trees, tests that you fail, exams that you fail, you have to resit, rejections. Let me go relationship. Remember the very popular saying that goes, rejections are blessings in disguise. Literally, that's what it is. You need to start considering these things as they are, because that's what it is. How about thanking God for the job that you did not get? You felt you were more qualified than every other person, the best candidate, but you did not get it. How about thanking God for that man that rejected you last minute and did not get married to you? You had your hopes that this was your husband or your wife, but then it didn't work out. How about thanking God for that relationship that packed up? How about thanking God for yesterday's dreams that have passed away, and you're like, God, I'm supposed to be maybe a star, but nothing seems to be working in that direction. How about thanking God for that? How about thanking God for those disappointments? Right? How about just thanking God? Sit back and thank God for those things that did not work in the past, or not working right now, and may not work tomorrow. Do you know why? The final part of why I think you should be thankful for nothing, for the good, the bad, and the nothing, or the small things, is because it shows faith. And how does it show faith? It shows that you still trust that the God of yesterday is still the same today and forever. And it shows that because you believe in God, because you align yourself with God, it tells God something. It tells God that, you know what? It's not about me. We all love loyalty. We all love it when people are just loyal to us, whether we or love us, whether we do something good for them or not. Because then we that's the test, the true test of loyalty. Will you, and of love, will you be there for me when I'm not lovable? Will you say thank you to me when I do not give you a reason to thank me or to appreciate me being in your life? Will you still appreciate the memories or the past if I don't have anything to give to you right now? if I don't respond to you as you want me to respond to you right now, how would you react? What will be your character? What will be your response? That's what God is asking us. What is our response as a people right now through this pandemic? Are you still being thankful for life, for salvation? If you have nothing to thank God for, thank God for salvation. Because after the earth passes, you have a home to go to, which is heaven. That's worth thanking God for. Even if you're in hospital, I know and I pray that God delivers you from whatever it is you're going through, that you feel like, oh my God, let this cup pass over me. Even Jesus went through hell. Literally, he went through hell. But he found something to thank God about. Another magic why you need to be thankful is because thankfulness changes things like this. It changes things. Because remember the story, just all through the Bible, Jesus was always thanking God. When he broke the 5 loaves and 2 fishes, he thanked God. Before he raised Lazarus from the dead, he thanked God. What does that tell you? That thankfulness is the key to miracles. That's what he tells me. Thankfulness is a key. Thankfulness is a prayer. Thankfulness shows faith. Thankfulness is faith. Jesus thanked God when Lazarus was dead. That is crazy. Jesus thanked God when he had over 5,000 people, mouths to feed, women and children not counted in that equation. He thanked God when he had just 5 loaves and 2 fishes. How was it? What was going to happen? He thanked God. If Jesus could thank God, let's take a leaf from that and thank God. No matter what we're going through as a world, as a people right now, just still hold on to that grip of thankfulness. Still be thankful, because I know that thankfulness is the key to miracles. Thankfulness is faith. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching, and I do hope you got something from this, and that God just blesses you. Let me just quickly wrap up by reading what I wrote here. It's advisable to reach for the stars. It's advisable to be hopeful. That's my mantra, hope. But do not change. Do not let that get to your head or to your heart, and it breaks your confidence in God. Because things can be worse, could be worse. It's okay to want better. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be broken. But don't let it get to your heart, because then the devil will take advantage of it and drive his agenda of fear and faithlessness in God. Thankfulness, with or without the results we want, means that we have authority over our conditions, and our conditions, earthly conditions, are not controlling us. It means that you have control over your circumstances. That's what it tells me. That's what it tells God, and that's what he tells the devil. And he backs away. He backs off. It also shows that you trust God, who is the master planner, because if things go right and wrong in your life, it shows on God. It's telling on God, not you. You're not the owner of yourself. But if you believe that God is your leader, your master, then when things go wrong or right in your life, you're simply saying, God, that's on you. Like, if I were you, I'm gonna make it right. That's what you're saying. All right? Humility and confidence. Those are the keywords for my faith series. For the faith series, we've been conversing over, and trusting God's timing. Be thankful, because thankfulness is a key to miracles, because it is faith. Thank you so much for watching.